everybody, Glenn here, and I am back. It's been a while. I've been gone for about 3 or 4 weeks now from the YouTubes, but I am back to making videos. The reason I was gone is pretty much a perfect storm of reasons to be gone from making videos. Number one, obviously I've been busy with this this current hero stash. So our Batman box, or sorry, our Supergirl box, Batman is next. Our Supergirl box was a major undertaking for me. A little bit harder to find some cool stuff. I think we did a really good job with the box, but it took a little bit more of my time than normal. Number two, work schedule has been insane. Not to go into the specifics, but we're getting a lot of new people and doing a lot of training, and that's kind of where I come in. So a lot of stuff going on at work, working a lot of extra hours there. And number three, World of Warcraft Legion came out on, August 30th, and that's been keeping me very busy as well. So between those three things, it's kind of keeping me busy, but also keeping me tired and unmotivated. But now we're kind of past that. Things have kind of smoothed out a little bit. We're working on the Batman box now, getting ready to order product on that and get that box working. But that's about a month out till shipping. So I'm looking at kind of a different schedule for making videos. While I've been away, I've been kind of thinking, hey, what direction do I really want to go? Obviously, I still want to do unboxings. I still want to do reviews, things like that. That's the whole purpose of the channel. But some of the boxes are going to be changing a little bit, including the one that I'm going to go over today, and that is Funko and DC's Legion of Collectors. The Funko boxes, and you know this from past videos that I've made, past couple, they've gone into kind of spoiler mode. It started a couple of months ago when they decided to start posting their own videos of unboxings, unboxing their boxes themselves, Funko anyway, and right about the time that they're shipping out boxes to everybody. So not very many people have the boxes yet, but they're going to post unboxings of their own. Little irritated about that, just because I'm of the type where, the reason that you're going to show spoilers is so that you, as a company anyway, you are going to encourage people to get that box. But if you're not unboxing it until after you cut off the subscriptions, then it's not going to do you a whole lot of good. So I didn't really get the reason, but it seems like more of a progression with Funko. So up until Legion of Collectors, this current one, which is Women of Power, they've just been doing unboxings. Now, beginning with the Smuggler's Bounty, that I'm going to be doing a review on here real shortly, they're actually just telling you what the pops are going to be. Actually, not this one, but the next one, Rogue One. The Rogue One Smuggler's Bounty, which is coming up in a couple months, they've already told us what the two pops are. So they're just kind of throwing spoilers to the wind and saying, look, here are the two pops, trying to encourage, I get why they're doing it, they're trying to encourage people to get the box. A lot of people nowadays don't want to get these boxes if they think that they might get something that they don't want. I can see that perspective. I'm still of kind of the old school with these subscription boxes, is I like the mystery of them. But anyway, regardless, the fact that they're spoiling the pops, they're starting to spoil the pops, which is the major part of the box, I've decided I'm going to kind of go back to my roots with this channel, with these boxes, and do straight up reviews of the items. Instead of doing unboxings on camera and then transition to reviews, I'm just going to go the straight review. So this gives me an opportunity to look at the box, not have to worry about unboxing it for you guys. You guys don't need to see my reaction, because we all are going to know what's in the box anyway, right? So I can do a little bit more in-depth review of the items themselves, give you my deeper opinions rather than just doing an unboxing and reviewing it on the fly. So that's the way these boxes are going to transition into. I'm still going to unbox some boxes, things that like big old box of stuff where I'm totally going to be surprised about what's in it. But I'm kind of transitioning some of the boxes to more of a review style, which I've done in the past. So, and reviews are really fun just because I get to kind of research and look a little bit and think a little bit about the items before I present them to you. So, that being said, let's get going with Legion of Collectors. This one is Women of Power. So obviously it's a female superhero theme. We've got our traditional comic panel style artwork on the bottom of the box. Obviously I've got everything out of the box. And it continues on the inside. So we've got some great comic panels, iconic poses of the various women of DC. So that is the box. Now the thing with the Funko boxes is they're pretty traditional. You've got a patch, a pin, a figure, probably a pop, an alternate figure, which might be a pop, but also might be one of their other lines, some sort of variant. It could either be a shirt or a, I don't know, shirt, a hat. We've gotten a couple of hats lately. A wearable of some sort. A comic, and then the feature card. So they're pretty much all built the same way, so they're pretty easily predicted as far as the types of items you get. It's just what those items are going to be that you might not know. All right, so we're going to start, as we do traditionally, with the patch and pin. The pin this month is, or this 2-month, whatever you want, this bi-month, is Harley Quinn. So you've got basically a 3-color Harley Quinn pin. This is an okay pin. I don't actually think it measures up a whole lot to some of the previous pins that have been in this series of boxes. It's kind of plain to me. It's got the old school Harley Quinn, which a lot of people like. I prefer a little bit of the updated, not the animated series version, and not the movie version necessarily either, but somewhere in between. I like some of her kind of mid-range outfits. So that is the pin. Now on the other hand, the patch. The patch is Batgirl. I like this patch a lot. In fact, a lot of this box has a very retro feel to it, and this starts here. I love the retro look of this particular patch. I dig the colors. The yellow pops out, and I just like the cowl on its own with the Batgirl's eyes in there. I just think that's a great effect and a great look. I love these old school looking kind of designs. So they did a good job with the patch. So I like the patch better than the pin for sure. All right, next thing we come to is a shirt. The shirt this time, we've got a gray shirt, which I always prefer to the straight black because you get black shirts, you get black pop culture shirts all the time. But this one is a gray shirt, and it's got Supergirl, Wonder Woman, and Batgirl on there in just a very subtle kind of classic artwork, which again I dig. I love that classic, the classic look of the characters. I always love the female characters of DC, so I was really looking forward to this box. And this shirt is great. It's got a kind of an old school feel to it. It's got the old stamp looking top there with DC Comics. Got the trio of ladies on there, and they all have that classic look. I like how they have their symbols down here as well. Supergirl, Batgirl, and Wonder Woman there. The only thing that I don't like so much about this shirt is that you can't see it very well if you're not right on top of it. So the blacks aren't different enough from the gray to really be able to see it well. When you're wearing it and you're off to the distance, I guess it'd be okay. It's just not as dark and as stand out. It doesn't stand out as much as I would like. But other than that, very nice, very cool shirt. Love the classic look of it. All right. Next, we'll go ahead and go straight to the comic. And as you can probably figure, we've got the pop cover. This is Batgirl number 35. Legion of Collectors variant cover. So we've got Raven, Supergirl, Wonder Woman, Batgirl, and Katana on there. I like the variety. They could have very well with this box just stuck with Wonder Woman, Supergirl, Batgirl, and been fine, and have all their bases covered. But they're branching out a little bit. We've got Raven and Katana on that cover there. I went ahead and already replaced the bag and board on this particular comic because, as you know, all of these comics are in that sealed, basically a wrapper. It's not even really a comic sleeve. It's got a board in it, but the board is kind of flimsy, and the wrapping is such that you can't even take it out. So what I did was I took it out and put it in a real comic sleeve with a nice, little bit of a stiffer board. So it will pack up and store a little bit better. So I looked through the comic real quick. A nice Batgirl comic. I like the art in it. We won't go through that really today, but you know, the pop cover is nice, and the comic itself is pretty cool as well. All right, the premium feature stuff. Let's start with, well, we'll go to the kind of alternate figure. And this one we've got Wonder Woman in her invisible jet with a little kind of a retro figure Wonder Woman. I'm not big on the reaction style of figure. This is obviously a lot smaller, but when they say retro, basically what they mean is just a little tiny figure with the old school articulation of the arms and the wrists, and, you know, has that kung fu grip. You can move her legs around a little bit, but basically this figure is designed to sit in the plane. Well, I had to take it out because it's just too cool not to, but you check it out. It's a very nice mini plane. I like the fact that it's got this bubble, this cockpit that the figure fits right in, and it just has a very cool look, and it looks like an old school toy. It's just really cool. Now it comes with what appears to be a stand, but there's nothing to attach the stand to anywhere. So I'm thinking it just sits on it. Just like this. And I think I just figured it out. So it just sits on the stand. And it's actually going to go, it'll go actually really well next to the jumbo pop ride that a lot of us have of this exact same thing. So very cool, displayable little toy there. I dig that. You know, the problem I always have with the reaction figures and some of these old school figures is they stay in the packaging. They don't really display well outside. This one actually will sit on a shelf very easily and be great outside of the packaging. So very cool. Now, half of us will complain that, you know, I wish we could have just gotten a second pop, or I wish we could have gotten something else like a rock candy or what have you. But, you know, again, the other half of us complain that they don't do anything different. So this is a very different figure. I dig it a lot. I like to see them branching out. And doing like a one-off figure, I think is very cool, rather than just giving us some exclusive version of a pop or one of their other lines. A lot cooler than if we'd gotten a Dorbs or we'd gotten a I don't know, Mopies or a plush or something like that. So I'm very, very down with this one figure. So let's move on to the pop. The pop this time around is Hawk Girl, Legion of Collectors exclusive. You look at the back there. Basically, you know, they just stuck her into the regular rotation of DC Heroes line. So let's check her out. Very cool pop. I love the pops that have a lot going on. You know, she's got her mace there. She's kind of in an action-y pose. The head, you know, her cowl looks great with the whatever you would call those feathers going off to the side. The wings on the back look great. Very detailed. A double set of wings too. They didn't cheap out. It looks really good. This is a great mold. I like her hair sticking out as well. The other thing I like about this is it's not a, you know, kind of dingy Legends of Tomorrow version. This is old school comic book, bright color, you know, Justice League, Justice Society of America, Hawk Girl. It's bright. It looks great. It's very comic-y. and just a really good mold. As far as the mold itself, the paint job looks great. I don't see any imperfections. I love anything with big old wings. This is going to look really great on the shelf. I dig this pop. This and the Enchantress from last time from Suicide Squad, I just think they've done a really, really good job. Funko, and a lot of people are tired of pops, and I understand that. But I think they just get better and better with how they're making them. And the pops that are coming out nowadays just kill the old school pops. Old school pops, it's funny, they're worth more just because they're rare. But the newer pops just look so much better. They're doing just so much of a better job with these sculpts that it's not even close. You look at you look at the first DC ones that come out. They're looking at these, they're just plain. We love them. We like them for the old school value of them, but man, these are getting so much better. All the pops really are getting so much more intricate, detailed, and just great looking. So, and then as usual, we have the spoiler card, which talks about Batman Villains, which is the next box coming out in November. You know what? I just want to mention the fact again that the Hero Stash first box was Spider-Man. The next month, the Funko box for Marvel was Spider-Man. Our next box, Supergirl, coming out right about the same time, Women of DC, Women of Power, which includes Supergirl. Our next box is Batman in October. In November is Batman Villains. So either I'm psychic and I don't realize it, or it's an awfully big coincidence that I don't know if it hurts us or helps us, but it's just funny that happens. Anyway, from what it looks like with this spoiler card, you check out the top part, and it looks like you could get one of two. So we've got a variant item in this. So I got the Heroes, and there was also a Villains shirt right there. And the Villains, it looks like, if it, let it focus there, it looks like Catwoman, Harley, obviously, and I can't tell who's on the other one is. I'm sure I would see it. I'm sure if I had my glasses on I could tell. If anybody wants to just make a comment on who that third villainess on the left is, I would really appreciate it. She's got a symbol there, but I just can't tell what it is from this distance. So that's going to bug me. So somebody let me know what's there. As usual, they've got the making of, so they've got a little behind the scenes of how they made the pop, how they made the plane, and the figure, things like that. So there's your spoiler card. And we've got a couple figures. We've got a shirt. We've got the comic, and then patch and pin as always. Wasn't digging the pin that much. I think if there's a weak spot for me in this box, it's going to be the pin, because everything else I really like. The comic is okay. Again, my complaint with the comic is always how they sent it to us. But other than that, I even like the patch, and the patch is usually a throwaway item, but I really dig that patch. Everything else, the Hawk Girl, as I said, is amazing. Really like the Wonder Woman plane. It just looks great. And the shirt is subtle, and it's kind of growing on me. The more I look at it, the less of a complaint about it being too, not being able to see it enough kind of goes away, because it just looks great to me. So they did an awesome job with this box. This is the best so far, I think, of the Legion of Collectors boxes. I know that's saying a lot. I didn't care for the Suicide Squad box that much. This one just hit a home run for me, except maybe for the pin. But even the pin, I mean, it's a pin. How bad could you mess that up? This is definitely an A box for me. I'm digging this box a lot. I avoided spoilers on this one for the most part. That's not going to happen anymore. And as I said, these more in-depth reviews are going to be kind of the name of the game for the foreseeable future, at least with these boxes. So, all right, I hope you enjoyed. Got a lot more videos coming up. I'm going to be making a tag video that someone tagged me in I'm going to be making that pretty soon. We're going to be looking at some of the new Funko products, particularly the new mini little blind bags that they've come out with. So we're going to go over some of those. We're going to talk about some pops back from Comic-Con still. And we've got Smuggler's Bounties already in for this month. So we will check that out as well. So glad to be back. Great to share this with everybody again, and I'm looking forward to a nice little more of a routine schedule with getting these videos out. So that's it for now. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.